All right, so I was actually relatively happy that I was able to upload those two videos yesterday, as far as with day 26 and 27. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed day 27 because, like I stated, it was a little bit different, and I plan on doing that with these videos, you know, in future videos, basically saying, because that's something that, personally speaking, kind of when I started this journey, I had in mind, and then I kind of forgot about it. But now I'm trying to pick it up. But as sad as it may be already that I'm gonna say this, unfortunately, I wasn't able to capture a photo today. Although I did capture footage of me attempting to find something to capture early today, which is what you guys are seeing right now. What did I really have in mind? To be honest, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you guys. I did have plans on going probably back to on the, I guess, the photo shoot where I went yesterday with my dog inside the tube, but I didn't want to go there, and plus I was kind of feeling a little bit uncomfortable considering the fact that maybe someone's gonna call the cops on me or whatever the case may be. I don't know. I had something in mind. Then, as you guys probably saw, I was a little bit too scared to do. I had something in mind, but I was a little bit too scared because I thought either I was gonna fall onto the river or onto the creek nearby, or my camera was gonna fall off because it was just on a log, and one single movement and it could have fucking damaged the whole thing. So, unfortunately, as it may be, I mean, I guess I got the footage, but it didn't serve me any use considering the fact I never got the photo. So unfortunately, as that may be, I had to rely on yet again my memory card. But I think this one is actually gonna be nice. So here we have yet again another photo of my dog, which was relatively taken. I think it was in November. I think November of last year. Now, what my plan is with this photo, because it's kind of heavily underexposed, which I think you guys can see a little bit better now. I don't know really. I truly don't know what's going to be my plan or my end goal with this photo. Probably just like the same theme or the same goal that we've been having these past couple of photos, basically stating, just get a little bit more practice in, seeing what we can come up with this photo. As far as with masking, I don't know. I don't think I would need any more masking with this photo. So yeah, unfortunately, I mean, it wasn't because lack of time or lack of effort. I just, I really did try going out to take a photo, but I don't know. Maybe I'm reaching to a point right now, at least in my neighborhood and in my surroundings, as far as with taking photos. I think I'm kind of reaching an endpoint or a certain level as far as, maybe I need to go out, venture more onto different parts where I live in Virginia, right? And I've kind of done that in the past, especially with the car photos. What else? The long exposure photos, the airplane. I mean, those are at that point like out of my neighborhood, relatively going and into different states. If you guys see, there's Virginia, there's Maryland, and there's sometimes even DC. So, and again, that's mostly, I'm able to really accomplish that because of my job, of what I do, and I'm able to really what would you say? I wouldn't say transport, but kind of, oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank right now. The thing is that I'm able to kind of go around those states and see if something catches my eyes, right? But it's kind of like what I've stated as well, with my schedule, that's probably going to be, sometimes I'm not going to be able to do that, right? And I personally don't think that my bosses are going to like that instead of working, I'm just going out and then taking photos. So again, it is unfortunate, and I truly do try my best as far as with trying to take a different variety of photos, because personally speaking, although I've stated this a little bit in a previous video, although I have stated that you know, it's kind of good for me to use my the photos I have on my memory cards, although that is partially true. At the same time, for me, I also kind of in a way don't like using it because, like I've stated, for me personally, take at least one photo one day, and more importantly, since I've kind of set myself as to a standard as far as making it more interesting, kind of relying on the pictures that I took back then, and trust me when I say that the photos I took back then, or I'm sure you guys have seen it by now, are not really the best photos as far as with, you know, interesting or eye catching. Maybe I'm not entirely sure. The thing is, they're not. I wouldn't say they're interesting or they're really good, but again, that was during my stages, and I've already kind of talked about it. The whole gist of it is that although in some cases I do like relying on my memory cards to edit photos I took months ago. At the same time, I kind of, personally speaking, don't like also doing that. But again, like I've stated, some days that's just gonna have to be the case. And as sad as it may be, I mean, it is what it is. Unless if there's hopefully one day that I just can do this full time and I have all the time in the world, every day to go out and take interesting photos, then and maybe that may be something that could happen. But as far as with right now, how it is, I just gotta really work with what I got. So, but anyways, that's kind of the end of me complaining. So far, I just done a simple, really S curve, really, and right now with color mixer, I'm just adjusting some colors. Although looking at it, I think it's coming out really good. For anything else, I think for red, shouldn't be more. Well, I am seeing it's really mostly affecting the ball that he has here in the mouth, but although I don't think we would need much change for that, so we'll just leave it be. Now, believe it or not, since if we look at here, this was at like what, 100? This was roughly this was, I think, relatively the time period where I just recently bought my 100 to 400 millimeter Sigma lens, and this was kind of my first attempts using it, and I'm actually very impressed with how in focused and how sharp the photo came out. I mean, speaking, right? I'm actually really happy how it came out, so I guess props to me for finally doing something correctly, right? But anyways, if we go on to color grading, since I've already kind of somewhat adjusted the temperature, maybe with color grading it may not be much. I think you guys already see what my goal is. It's just mostly going towards the warmer color. Maybe just in some way, shape, or form, I'm also kind of relying and I'm also kind of basing all my changes as far as with white balance and temperature. And right now with color grading, I'm trying to make my dog's, I guess, skin or fur a little bit more pop out, because if we look on the before, I mean, I don't think you guys can really see it because it's kind of underexposed, but if we look, okay, if we hide the basic changes, you can kind of see, you know, it was kind of pale or just really, I don't know, just there really. But I think the changes that I've made so far with, as far as with basic and what I'm trying to do right now with color grading, I think it's gonna serve a little bit better. Um, the the fur of my dog, I think a little bit better. So I think personally speaking, if we maybe just, so at the same time, I don't want to overdo it on the orange because I am kind of seeing that I may be doing that. But I think right there we have I think that should be good. Now, although I did say that, you know, this video is going to be more of me just practicing more with Lightroom. To be honest, and quite frankly, to be speaking, I don't know. I don't think there really should be, or there's really going to be any changes, major changes to be done. I mean, to be honest, this was a photo that, in all fairness, really, as I'm seeing it, and before I started recording, I don't think needed much change as far as, you know, what we're doing right now with just exposing more of the photos, maybe quote unquote color correcting the colors, maybe. So that you say that we're gonna make a vast difference, to be honest, maybe not a lot. It's just maybe something very minor. We may do a masking on my dog, but again, very questionable if it's even really gonna be needed, but we'll see. Now I'm trying to see, cause maybe because right now what I'm thinking is, do I like the photo with the shadows, with the changes we've done with shadows, or if I were to hide it, would that look better? I think, okay, we'll just leave it right now we'll just leave shadows alone, and then when I'm, as I'm going along, if I decide on, or if I second guess myself that this wasn't a good change, then I'll just delete it and we'll continue moving forward. So, but yeah, like I've said, with this photo, I don't think nothing really much is going to be done, which hopefully for you guys should mean that it's going to be a relatively short, hopefully short video. Now, I have been getting, or not really I have been getting, but I've been kind of thinking, because at the same time, I have gotten some people that has come up to me stating, my videos are a little bit too long, that I should probably keep it under 20 minutes. And I've been really, I don't know, I've been really kind of thinking about that idea. If I really were to have my videos under 20 minutes, and I mean, in all fairness, I don't know how long we're already in this video. I can't really see it from here. But if I really were to have it under 20 minutes, first of all, as far as with what I'm showing you guys right now, almost all of it would be really cut in half. And then just me talking as far as what I'm thinking and what I have to say regarding about the photo, that would also kind of have to be cut in half. So again, it may be something I may do maybe in the future, but as it stands right now, personally speaking, I actually like the way how I do my videos as far as keeping them relatively between the 20 and maybe pushing it to the 30-minute mark, because that way here it gives me reassurance as far as that what I have to say gets said, and then hopefully you guys are able to listen to that, because it's kind of like what I've stated multiple times throughout this process, that for me, just personally speaking, there's obviously some personal reasons why I do the things I do as far as with editing, recording, uploading. There's personal reasons, and I think I've already talked about that in previous videos, but I also want this to serve as, like, I wouldn't say as a learning opportunity, because as far as with teaching, I don't know if you guys have if you guys have learned a lot just by looking at my videos, but I personally want these videos that I'm doing to be viewed as, like I've stated, a behind the scenes of what is going on, during the editing process, and what is like my plan of attack, and what's my end goal with these photos that I'm publishing on my Instagram, right? It very easily I could have just really not done any of what I'm doing right now as far as with recording it, but at the same time I wanted to, because it gives me something to do, first of all, so that way here I can feel productive. But then I also, in some way, shape, or form, wanted to do it so then if anyone ever raised the question as far as, well, why did he do it like that? Or even surprisingly, how did he even do it like that? That's why these videos are here. But anyways, I've kind of already talked about that relatively multiple times throughout this journey. I just kind of wanted to talk about that because I have been getting not some questions, but not really some comments, but at the same time, some people regarding, maybe you should keep it under 20 minutes. I think, personally speaking, I think how I have it right now, and especially ever since I told myself and I'm gonna keep it under 30 minutes. I think I've done a pretty good job. Maybe back then, when I was kind of all over the place as far as with one day 18, another day 30, and another day an hour 40, maybe there I would definitely see their point. But as far as with right now, I think ever since day 11, since I've made that change or that promise to myself, I think I've been doing a pretty good job. But at the same time, if you guys have any other suggestions, I'm open for opinions, right? That it's not that oh, I think the way I do and fuck your opinion. No. If you guys have something that you would like to see or that you want me to change from these videos that I'm doing, let me know. I'm open for suggestions, because I think that's how I really will be able to grow, I guess at this point, as a content creator. So then, I wouldn't mind some critique in a way, but that's really all what I gotta say. Now that you guys have finished listening to that, what I've done really, what were we doing? I've done I finished up with color grading, with shadows, like as I was saying. Maybe we're just gonna leave it be, although maybe questionable if we may delete it later. But I'm just right now doing some small adjustments with my dog here. It's just very minor refinements, really no changes, but that's really all what I'm doing here. And believe it or not, I think there's really gonna be much else to do, because I think, believe it or not, that should be it. With curve, I think we've already done a pretty good job with just the basic adjustments, so I don't think the curve is necessary. Effects, since he's already in detail, I wouldn't need to make him more sharper or add in clarity or a dehaze effect. So, and this one, yeah, I think should be. Now, believe it or not, I think that is gonna be it. Now, if we do a before and after, because I really, again, for me, I like to see how I've progressed, quote unquote, with this photo by doing a before and after. So if we were to okay, kind of like what I've expected. Not too many changes, just really exposing the photo, maybe adjusting the colors here and there, maybe adding in a little bit more contrast. That's really all what was done. Now, what I'm just gonna do right now, and I'm gonna do this a typical thing. I'm just gonna take a few minutes to see if there's anything else I can add, and if there's not, then I think we should be good with this photo. All right, believe it or not, I think I've checked, and I don't think there's really much more to add on here. I was really kind of going back and forth as far as with removing the changes we made onto shadows, although that makes the picture a little bit more warmer and maybe a little bit too orange. I figured shadows, putting it more towards the cooler side. I think that should be balanced. So then that way here, this photo's not too over pushed with the to the warmer side. So then we can have that nice balance. So in all fairness, believe it or not, that is really gonna be it for this photo. Again, not too many changes. I kind of already had that mentality kind of going into this photo. Not too many changes. It was just mostly exposing the photo, maybe tweaking the colors, and in all fairness, maybe raising up the contrast for mostly my dog. And other than that, it's just kind of simple at that point. Again, I definitely did have, I was really bummed out that earlier today I was not able to get a photo. Although I had an idea. I didn't want to risk it because I didn't want you guys to see me just fall onto my face, and then you guys would probably laugh at it. But nonetheless, I did have an idea in mind. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to do it, and quite honest with you, maybe I just need to get more in the mindset as far as being more creative or finding more opportunities to, I don't know, to find interesting photos. I don't know. I just need to kind of put myself in the mindset as a photographer, really, and just see what something just as simple as it may be can actually turn out to be a good photo. Again, I still definitely need to have more practice with that. I think as far as, you know, as far as with my journey, how far I've come, not even just with YouTube, but just really ever since I started, ever since September of last year up until now, I think I would say I'm doing a better job. But there's definitely a lot of room still there's still a lot of room for improvement, and that's what I'm going to try to work towards. And the only way how I'm going to be able to do that is, again, if I just put myself in that mindset as far as, you know, trying to see what really an everyday day for me can bring, and hopefully throughout that day, whether I'm busy or not, if I can find at least something to photograph and to edit and to share with you guys. But believe it or not, that is going to be it. I don't know if you guys have been hearing, but I'm kind of tired. It's been a chaotic day, to say the least. But I still wanted to record, mostly because I don't want to already end off the 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 second attempt with my daily uploading, to already end off on the second day. So, but then again, I enjoy doing this. I really enjoy this whole process as far as with photo editing, video editing, and so you guys get the opportunity or the chance to see, you know, how I think and how I capture photos, and hopefully, as you guys been following along, how I've quote unquote progressed over time, right? Again, we're creeping towards that 30-day mark. I don't think we're gonna, to be honest, I don't think I'm gonna have that analysis video just yet, but I think I have something in mind for day 30, what changes I'm gonna be doing for my videos moving on from day 30. And I think you guys will definitely see what changes will be made. But again, I need to work on that. I'm not gonna say what it is, but I'm just gonna say I need to work on that. But other than that, I really don't got much else to say. I thank you all so much for watching on day 20. I think this is day 28. Day 28, I think I'm pretty sure. But anyways, I thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll be seeing you guys hopefully tomorrow.